So real fast, I wanted to remind y'all that the sun and the sky that we use every day just now murdered 1,000 white people in France. We need them same white people that went to the moon to take a trip over there to the sun and handle this shit. Start passing out some warrants, some goddamn APBs. Wakanda forever.
So 1,000 people have died in France from the heat. Excessive heat. And you don't believe in global warming. Now, if you don't know anything about Europe, all of Europe is in a heat wave right now, and they are usually a hazy shade of winter. It's at the point where they've legalized swimming in the rivers. You don't want to know what goes into the rivers in France. That's their sewer. And they're happy to swim in that water because it's that hot right now. There were reports of people on the street working as baristas and stuff like that, dropping dead at their jobs. It's so hot. And notoriously, they don't have air conditioning in most of their homes because this kind of heat doesn't happen. But right now, almost all of Europe is in a heat wave. And the health ministers there said it's going to be worse when they get the reports from the home care facilities. Yes, that's nursing homes. Old people in nursing homes that don't have air conditioning. So this is really bad, and nobody's covering it, except for TikTok reporters. But yeah, people are dropping like flies in Europe, and over 1,000 in France already from this excessive heat wave.
Yeah, I know I've made a lot of jokes about people in France and in Europe dying a lot lately. You know what I mean? And nobody dying is funny. You know what I'm saying? And just to help you guys out down there in Europe and France, scientists have proven that the best way to block out the sun and keep your natural skin without, dehydrating and shit like that, scientists said a lot of Europeans are starting to wear gorilla uniforms. Yeah, you gotta wear, you can't just wear regular monkey uniforms. They gotta be the gorilla shits, the real furry. But when they sweat, the sweat inside the suit turns into water. So it's a straw added into the uniform. So a lot of they got gorilla uniforms for sale at like costume party places. Normally you would go shopping for Halloween and shit like that. So, a lot of white folk, man, if you having problems and the sunblock and shit ain't working, try the gorilla uniform. That shit work.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Tasha's Corner here, and if you're new here, you are most welcome. It has been a very sad start of the summer in France. Like over 2,000 people have lost their lives because of this brutal heat wave that has hit the country, and some independent researchers have suggested that the number will actually go high. You can imagine that, guys. In this video I've attached some clips, and you will tell me what you think. Let's dive in. Before then, disclaimer: this video does not support harassment or bullying in any way, rather is for education purpose and recent trends happening on social media. Let's take a look, and I'll be back for more commentaries.
Breaking news coming out of France. France records 1,000 excess deaths due to this heat wave that's taking place in France right now. And first of all, I want to say rest in peace to the French people and the French families that have been impacted by this, because a lot of the communities that are impacted by this heat wave in France are the elderly community and the vulnerable communities. All right, now the heat wave in France began on June 20th, and now it's only the 28th. And we have already seen 1,000 people have been unalived. But my question is, and it's not even meant to be a sarcastic question, where is all of the money that France should be using to resolve this issue, right? Because in the past, I believe 20 years, France has had 34 heat waves, right? Where is all of the money going, right? Why is $10 billion of French money going to Ukraine? Why is $64 billion of French money going to defense? Who does France have to defend itself from? The boogeyman? Like, These governments, especially France and also UK, right? UK right now is abysmal, but these governments have to take money from this defense spending, right? France just allocated $4.2 billion to military space defense. Who the fuck are y'all trying to fight? Kang? Who are y'all out there trying to fight? Silver Surfer? MF Doom? I don't know what's wrong with these countries, but they got to get it together, right? Including my own country, including the USA. But $4.2 billion for military space defense? You just out there trying to fight asteroids when your own people on the ground are dying? 1,000 people is a big number. That's not a small number. That's not like, oh, somebody died because it was so hot. That's not like, oh, 2 people passed away because it was so hot. And a lot of these people are dying inside their homes, right? Which means, why doesn't France take a couple of $1 billion, right? $1 or $2 billion and invest in ACs? Invest in central air. Yes, I know. It's because they say that in the wintertime it gets really cold, all right? So the way that the houses in Europe are designed is to keep all of the heat inside the house. But that doesn't stop the problem of the 2 months of summer where the heat is kept inside the house and people are dying. 1,000 people in 4 days, 8 days. This is a problem. Fix the problem, France. Macron, if you ever get to see this, Brigitte, if you ever get to see this, tell your husband, all right, y'all need to invest in ACs in France. Because 1,000 people dead over a heat wave inside their house is 1,000 people too many. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Drop your best air-conditioned sticker in the comment section. But this has to stop, all right? All of this money being wasted on military defense when you're not even defending yourself against nobody, right? That's like me spending $1 billion on an anti-bullying combat class, and I live in a neighborhood by myself. That's like me spending billions of dollars on learning how to fight, but I live in the city where I'm the only population. So France, get it together. It is 6:49 p.m. June 28, 2026. Follow me for more updates, breaking news, think pieces, and beyond. This is ridiculous.
Hey, listen to me, bro. Hey, France over there, they unaliving at a high rate because of the radiation. And if your ass not meant to be here, bro, your ass gonna have to deal with the same shit too, bro. That heat. If your skin can't take that shit, bro, you done. Your ass better get that sunscreen, nigga. You better hope that shit save your life. Cause, hey, boy, the rate that this shit going, bro, you niggas got another thing coming, bro. Y'all better look at this shit right here, bro. Man, go look into what I'm talking about, bro. I just ain't talking, fam. If your ass not meant to be here, bro, you're done, bro. The planet is cleansing itself, bro. Y'all think this shit happening just for no reason? You gotta be a fucking idiot if you think like that. The time is now, bro. If your ass not meant to be here, bro, you're done. And that's on me. If you can't handle the smoke, if you can't handle the heat, goodbye.
Every time. It's like clockwork. Every time something goes wrong in Europe, somehow, it's our fault. Oh my god. So, Europe's in the middle of this record-breaking heat wave, the worst since 2003, which killed 15,000 people in France alone. And now France is dealing with over 1,000, I think it was 1,300 excess deaths since June 21st of this month in this latest heat wave. And who does the deputy mayor of Paris blame? Yours truly. Specifically, and I'm not making this up, she went on social media and wrote, and I quote, "Dear American journalists and social media influencers, for days, some of you have been criticizing and making fun of Paris because the city does not have AC in every room. OMG, this is so rich." Yeah, it is. She then said America, as the second largest greenhouse gas emitter, bears significant responsibility for what France, poor France, is experiencing right now. So she's blaming us, not the fact that only 25% of French households have AC, because their government spent decades telling people it was environmentally harmful. Or Germany's decision to shut down all their nuclear plants, reliable, low-carbon energy, which spiked electricity prices, increased dependence on coal and gas, and left the whole European grid less resilient exactly when it needs to handle heat surges like this. Or the European Green Deal and Fit for 55 policies that pushed aggressive renewable targets while energy prices went through the roof. So you had high carbon taxes, renewable subsidies passed straight to consumers, grid upgrade costs, all of it making electricity in Europe some of the most expensive in the developed world. Or the fact that European buildings, especially older French ones, were literally never designed for extreme heat. And then green policy priorities went toward insulation and passive cooling, not mechanical cooling, which sounds great until it's 140 degrees outside and your grandma is dying. But of course, it's our fault because we have AC like modern people should in the 21st century. Europe spent more than 2 decades positioning itself as a global leader on climate and clean energy, while making it impossible for their own citizens to stay cool when the summers got hot, which is what happens in the summer. And now the morgues are full, which is no laughing matter. And the deputy mayor of Paris is on social media lecturing American TikTokers rather than, I don't know, maybe lobbying to backtrack some of these policies.
Over 1,300 people are dead, 1,000 of them being in France due to a European heat wave that has had temperatures reaching over 104 degrees Fahrenheit or 40 degrees Celsius. Let's talk about it. What is going on, my people? It's your boy PokeChop. Today is 6/29/26. That is June 29th, 2026. And record-breaking heat is being seen over a wide variety of regions in Europe. Specifically, France is being hit incredibly hard with expected over 1,000 dead presently, with that number continuing to climb. Much of this is because of the fact that they have a very large elderly population. Okay, so many of the individuals dead, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around 80% of them are over the age of 65. Okay, this number is going to continue to climb, so it's something that we need to make sure that we keep our eyes on. As well, if you plan to take trips to Europe over the next few months, you need to make sure that you plan accordingly. Much of the region has little to no access to air condition, which is why many people are now starting to lose their lives because of symptoms of dehydration and heat exposure. Okay, what happens is individuals often would seek sanctuary inside from the heat, but unfortunately when you don't have AC and don't have the ventilation built in for that, like ducting and things of that nature, many of these areas are going to experience dangerous temperatures indoors during daylight, meaning they have to seek shelter outside. In order to escape the dangerous temperatures indoors, they're forced to expose themselves to the dangerous temperatures outdoors. So please prepare for this. America expects to experience very similar circumstances leading into next week and the 4th of July. Share this video with your people so they understand what's going on in our world and our country. And as always, prepare yourself, protect yourself, but don't tell nobody about it.
So nobody gonna talk about over 1,000 people died in France in 3 days because of that. Like, I think that's some very essential information to be spread throughout all media broadcasts, no? Like, bad. 1,000 people, fool, dropped dead because of heat exhaustion, because of that. And we not even at the hottest point of the year. My nigga, we is in June. We still got July and August, bruh. So I've come to the realization they're not gonna speak about it, bruh, because it's gonna show the power difference. Naturally, bro. And I'm not here to divide anybody. For me, it's just we're out here to judge. Judgment here. I'm telling you that now. So, wake up, American Indians. Blacks, Carib, Latino.
Do you remember when everyone was laughing about Britain struggling during this heat wave? Well, I don't think many people are laughing anymore, because while we're talking about schools closing and trains struggling, France has linked this heat wave to over 1,000 excess deaths. 1,000. That's not a statistic you expect to hear about just another heat wave. That's the reality of what happens when temperatures get this extreme. And this is why I said this heat wave is not just another summer. Our schools are closing, hospitals are under pressure, infrastructure is struggling, emergency services are issuing warnings. We're seeing the same thing, just on a smaller scale. The difference is that countries like France are deeper into it than we are. So when people, mainly Americans, keep brushing this off and laughing at us, saying it's just a little bit of sunshine, look at what's actually happening across Europe, because this isn't fear-mongering, this isn't exaggeration, this is what extreme heat can do. And if we keep treating every heat wave like it's just a one-off event, then we're going to keep being caught completely unprepared when the next one arrives, and people are going to keep dying. This is not funny and this is not normal. It's dangerous and it's scary.
They said France over there frying eggs on cars, and 1,000 people then died in 72 hours. Well, it's been several reports in the past few days that 1,000 people have died due to the heat wave that they have had in France. And they also said 40 people have drowned. Now, I know you like, what you mean 40 people have drowned? They said it has been so hot that people have been just jumping in ponds, pools, the local lagoons. And they said in the past 72 hours, they said over 1,000 deaths have been reported in France, and they all have been due to excessive heat or overheating. Apparently, something is going on with the AC system in France. I don't know I don't know if they boycott. I don't know what's going on, but apparently nobody has AC. You can see people that's got foil and stuff all on their windows. I'm talking about even the high class people. And again, people jumping in pools, whatever pool of water they can find. You see people just drenching water on themselves while they walking down the street. But a lot of people ain't really talking about it. So I just wanted to let y'all know, the melanated people, y'all still need to be wearing some sunscreen when you're going out, because the sun is sunny. But y'all tell me what y'all think. My God, today, make sure y'all protecting y'allself out there, because the South right now is supposed to be heated this week.
Hey, so I just read reports that in France kids are dying in cars because of the heat. And so you all need to shut up. Like the mirror is there. Look at the mirror. The biggest thing that you don't realize is at least Americans, for the most part, see a mirror. What is reflected in what you're seeing of Americans isn't really what most people think and see. And you know what we don't do? Leave babies in cars when it's hot out. So fuck you. Okay, it's worse. I just double checked my facts. 4 toddlers have died in cars, and they've had 55 drownings because of heat. And it's only 95 degrees. Shut up.
As an American in the UK, I want to talk to y'all about this heat wave going through Europe. In particular, this is for my Americans, just to add a little bit of context. So we've seen that France has had over 73 deaths due to this heat wave. Spain has had over 200. So right now, Europe is seeing a record number of deaths and record temperatures due to this heat wave. So there's a heat advisory in Italy, Spain, France, and here in the UK. So in France in particular, let me explain something, because I know it's hard when people are from certain countries, and this is not just an American thing, this is just in general, for them to be able to realize that other countries have different seasons, different weather. It's a little different. In Europe, summertime, generally speaking, they used to a couple of weeks of heat. When I say a couple of weeks of heat, we probably talking 70 degrees, maybe up to 80s, right? And then right after that, it goes back to the 60s. Okay, like today, been kind of a little bit chilly all day today because of the breeze. And like right now, it's after 9 p.m., 60 some degrees. It feels great, okay? But that's what they're used to. Yes, they have HVAC companies. Yes, they have access to portable air conditioning units. Yes, they have fans, right? But these homes built pre-1800s, they're not set up for HVAC systems, right? But that still doesn't mean someone couldn't get a portable air conditioning unit. But keep in mind, with these record temperatures, everyone is needing a portable air conditioning unit and a fan at the same time. That's not to say they didn't have fans before. But with the record number temperature, you may need some more. Guys, they're sold out. They're sold out. I was checking for portable air conditioner online, multiple sites, sold out. Went in the store, sold out. As a matter of fact, the only fan they had left was the neck fan. So who's to say that they're not experiencing that same thing, maybe in France and Spain? I don't know. But also, these countries do not have the infrastructure for this heat wave. What do I mean? In France in particular, even though they only had 73 deaths that's been reported so far, 68,000 homes lost power due to this heat wave. 845 middle and junior schools had to close due to this heat wave. Over 1,600 other schools had to reschedule their classes due to this heat wave, guys. They don't have the infrastructure for this. Okay? But yes, people can go buy fans if they're available. Yes, people can go buy a portable air conditioning unit if it's available, as long as they got the funds. So hopefully this helps.
Over 2,000 deaths occurred during the starting of summer in France. The last one, which claimed about 15,000 lives in France. The good news is that the country has now much better prepared, and this time around, and even in nursing homes, they have better training and protocols in place, so they know how to handle the situation, and it's helping, unlike what happens in the previous heat wave. So this time around, it won't even claim as much lives as the last heat waves. I've seen videos of people fighting for air support equipments in stores, and there is a shortage of aircon fans and other air equipments that can help to cool themselves. So some are even spending some little time in the refrigerators just to keep themselves cool. I'm trying to wrap up my head, like, I'm actually thinking of how they can't use their ice cubes, like ice bathing, and I'm just worried, guys, like the sun then I can actually unalive some persons. This sun has actually unalives 2,000 plus persons, and can a sun unalive some persons, and this really, I'm just thinking like the sun. We enjoy the sun, like when it comes out, we enjoy it, and we like it, but this time around, it's not even joking. It has unalived about 2,000 plus persons, and it's not God, I don't know. I don't know how I can put it. I'm just thinking the sun, and then this they are buying. There's even this shortage of they have run out of sunscreen in stores. There are no sunscreen in stores because there are lots of people needing them. It's not just a want this time around; it's a need. And now they have run out of the sunscreen. God, this situation is so very 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 sad. To be in France this time around is actually I don't know how I can put it. When they had the heat wave way back, like the recent one which happened, I think that was the time they needed to buy conditions in their homes to put up to set them up in their homes. This time, if it comes, they would have been safe, and like what we are seeing in stores, like people are fighting for air cons, they are fighting for fans, they are fighting for refrigerators. I was even thinking, like, okay, it's not just the first time that this has happened. It has actually been heated several times with a heat wave, and they needed to be putting some air cons in their homes, even some equipments that can be helping them to prevent this heat wave. So even if it comes today, they have put the prevention measures. Now we don't know how. I don't know how they were thinking. Now it has come back now with it's actually to a lot. It's a lot. Is the heat is too much. The heat is too much, and that's no wonder we have seen, like, a lot of people unaliving. Others are just falling, like they're just falling down, like, more especially the elders, the elder people, those with and then with those with healthy conditions. They are the ones who are actually more affected with this heat wave. So they needed to put these prevention measures in their homes, to set them up in their homes, and like the fighting over the fans, the air conditions in stores. I'm not and I don't know if they're even paying for those things, because stores, they're loaded with a lot of people fighting. We even seeing others, they're even grabbing two items, 3 items, they're just grabbing, they're fighting over it. We don't know if they're even paying for that, if it's for free or it's what. Well, I've even seen the videos like people are stepping on the tire, like you see their shoes. Oh God, this is the sad situation, guys, to watch. It's really a sad situation, and it's really touching. You can't even imagine it happening to you. The situation is terrible, guys. It's really terrible. This, if they had put like measures in their homes, like preventing these heat waves, like this wouldn't even be like we wouldn't have a lot of deaths like happening, because this had happened before. There would have some prevention measures, because it has happened. This is not the first time, it's not the second time, it has been happening. So they would have prevented this. Yes, you can't prevent the sun to come, like what has happened, you can't prevent it, but you can put the measures, the prevention measures, on how when it comes, and then it won't hit you like hit you that bad. No. Now I'm just thinking about the sun. The sun is friendly, but this time around it has come with a heat that is even burning people. It's even unaliving people. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you in my next video.